Hello dolls, and welcome to another fabulous episode of my Explaining 1960s fashion series. Today we're diving into a charming, dreamy fashion trend of the 1960s, the Dolly style. The Dolly style is a lesser-known 1960s style rooted in mod fashion. I feel like the term Dolly style isn't familiar to many, but you've probably seen the look on some of the most popular actresses and muses of the time. From Sharon Tate to Patty Boyd and Jean Shrimpton, all these women, at least for a little while, wore the Dolly style. The Dolly style became popular in the 1960s and is rooted in mod fashion. I'm gonna link a video here that I did explaining the entirety of mod fashion, but to understand the concept of Dolly fashion, I'm gonna give you a tiny little summary of mod fashion right now. The mod subculture, which is short for modernist, emerged in London in the early 1960s as a reaction against the austerity of the post-war generation. Driven by a youthful rebellion, it was a movement led by young men and women who sought to redefine what it meant to be young, modern, and British. Women embraced miniskirts, shift dresses, and tailored outfits, often featuring bold patterns and bright colors, short skirts, and an overall childlike appearance. The Dolly Girl look was a fashion trend favored by mod girl and Carnaby Street shoppers. There were many well-known Dolly girls in the 1960s who helped popularize the style. Patty Boyd, Britt Eklund, Twiggy, and Jean Shrimpton all emphasized their eyes and hair, making for an almost doll-like appearance. Even though you could spot a dolly on the street in the swinging 60s, you couldn't tell where they were going or who they were listening to. The essence of Dolly style lies in its commitment to creating an image of perfect femininity and girlish charm. Aiming for a girl-like appearance, this look was characterized by short puffed skirts, Peter Pan collars, and delicate pastel colors. Lace frills and bows were abundant, making every outfit look as if it was plucked straight from a doll's wardrobe. This ultra-feminine style was a form of escapism, allowing young women to indulge in a fantasy world of innocence and beauty. To understand why this was such a big appeal to many women and young girls in the 1960s, you have to take a look at the political context of the time. The Vietnam War overshadowed the 1960s, and political tensions filled the air. Many young people wanted to escape from reality and chose different ways to do so. From the hippies living in communes to the mods dancing the night away in clubs, many young men and women chose to express themselves through their style. The Dolly look was the perfect escape from the weight of reality, with many girls choosing the doll-like appearance reminiscent of their childhood and carefree days. One of the iconic figures who popularized the Dolly look was British actress and model Patty Boyd. With her delicate features and doe-eyed look, she became a muse, role model, and fashion icon to many young women of the decade. Her style, which included babydoll dresses, knee-high socks, and Mary Jane shoes, perfectly encapsulated the Dolly style. She brought a sense of dreamy innocence to the 1960s fashion scene and influenced many to adopt this charming look. Being married to Beatle George Harrison, she had a huge popularity, with many girls dressing like her. The Dolly look is also prominently featured in the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night, the movie set on which Patty was hired as an actress and met and fell in love with George Harrison. Another key figure in the Dolly style was legendary French actress Brigitte Bardot. Bardot's playful yet sophisticated style featured gingham prints, puffed sleeves, and voluminous skirts. Her look combined the innocence of a doll with the allure of a sophisticated woman, creating a fashion phenomenon that many young women aspired to emulate. Her signature hairstyles, often featuring large bows or headbands, became a hallmark of the Dolly look. Another fashion icon popularizing the Dolly style was Swedish actress and singer Britt Eklund. With her voluminous blonde hair and doll-like makeup, she became a muse for many young women of the era. Her style, which included big bouffants, dramatic cat-eye eyeliner, and feminine dresses which cinched at the waist, paired with full skirts, perfectly encapsulated the 1960s Dolly style. she brought a sense of playfulness and glamour to the 60s and 70s fashion scene, influencing many to adopt this charming and playful look. High-profile roles in films like The Man with the Golden Gun solidified her as a fashion icon, with her style continuing to inspire and still referenced in today's fashion. The Dolly look often featured certain key elements that truly defined the look. Baby doll dresses were a staple, with their short hems, high waists, and puffed sleeves. These dresses were often adorned with lace, ribbons, and other delicate embellishments. I feel like what I'm wearing today is a pretty good example. It's a pale blue, blush blue dress. This was a color that was often seen with the Dolly Girls. It has the beautiful embroidery with a little bit of frilly lace. That's also picked up with the sleeves, and then I also paired this with it, which is just a little lace headband that I truly felt like encapsulated the Dolly look. Colors were typically pastels, with pink, blue, and white being the most popular choices. Patterns such as polka dots, gingham, and floral prints added to the innocent, playful atmosphere of the outfits. Accessories played a crucial role in the Dolly look. Hair was often styled in curls or waves with large bows or headbands. Knee-high socks or tights, mostly in a white color, were a must for the Dolly look. Just like the dolls the looks were modeled after, Dolly Girls usually wore belly flats or Mary Janes. Makeup was kept minimal, with an emphasis on wide, doe-eyed looks, achieved through eyeliner and mascara. Lips were often painted in soft pinks or corals to maintain the youthful and innocent appearance. The Dolly makeup and hairstyle trend was characterized by its dreamy, doll-like appearance, focusing on creating an innocent and wide-eyed look. Hair was often styled in soft, voluminous curls or sleek, straight looks, adorned with oversized bows or delicate ribbons that enhanced the playful, youthful look. The makeup emphasized on large eyes, achieved through the use of elongated fake lashes, generous eyeliner, and white or light-colored eyeshadow to create the illusion of bigger, rounder eyes. Blush was applied liberally to the cheeks, giving a rosy, flushed look, while lips were often painted in soft nudes to emulate the doll look. This trend encapsulated a dreamy, almost ethereal beauty, making one appear as if you had stepped out of a fairy tale or an animated world. The Dolly look was praised by many musicians and artists, and comes up a lot in movies from the 1960s. One of the most notable songs about the Dolly Girls is Dolly Rocker by Syd Barrett, the former Pink Floyd member. While the song wasn't released until the late 80s, it was recorded between 1968 and 1970. While it is not disclosed what he wrote this tune about, it is most likely about a 1960s Dolly girl. Since I cannot play the song here for you, I'd like to read the lyrics to you because I feel like they perfectly encapsulate who the Dolly Girls were and how it made most people feel seeing them and spending time with them. I know a sweet girl, she done went out and paid for me. Done a sweet girl, after 5 we went for tea. She seen a Dolly rocker, she want a girl, she got her. I want to see her, I know I do. I love you, darling, all for you. You want to meet Pearl? She's as cute as a squirrel's nut. She done see me, she said though she got a lot. She's a Dolly rocker, wanna wait till I know her. Said she knew I know, we know I do. Said she gotta see me lonely with you. Oceans may travel away so long, senses in the gravel, to see yourself at home. Nice to be at home, and I'll ever be forever. All my life, you see, when you got her. All I know, you know, I show you, baby. Through your head, push you, baby. It's a Dolly rocker. She know what she got her. She's seen a Dolly rocker, she's seen a Dolly rocker. I just wanted to include that here because I felt like it really summed up who these Dolly girls were and how so many men were after them, but also how these girls really had their own atmosphere to them. But Dolly Rocker wasn't just the title of a song, it was also one of the labels of the British boutique movement. The house designer for this label was Samuel Sherman, known as Sambo. If you ever look at the tags, because these Dolly Rocker dresses are still around and maybe one day you're lucky enough to get your hands on one, you will see that it says Dolly Rocker designed by Sambo. The clothes soon became popular when Patty Boyd started modeling for the campaign with them. In the 1960s, they often designed rather simple dresses, but they are probably more famous for their 1970s dresses. They were active from about 1963 to 1975, designing wonderful clothes and being worn by many young girls. The rise of boutique fashion stores in London's Carnaby Street provided the perfect platform for the Dolly style to flourish. These boutiques offered unique, whimsical pieces that were essential for achieving the perfect Dolly look. Soon, women wearing ruffled dresses and white tights were seen out on the streets. Many young women turned to children's sections in department stores or ended up sewing their own dresses modeled after little girls' clothes. As mentioned earlier, the Dolly style was truly more than just a fashion trend. It was a lifestyle. It embraced a sense of childlike wonder and a desire to escape the harsh realities of adulthood. This style encouraged young women to express their individuality and creativity through their clothing, accessories, and even their behavior. It was a celebration of femininity in its most dreamy and pure form. Music and media also played a significant role in popularizing the Dolly look. Bands like the Beatles or the Monkees, with their cheerful and playful music, contemplated the playful and dreamy nature of the Dolly Girls. Films like A Hard Day's Night and The Umbrellas of Cherbourg featured characters dressed in Dolly-inspired outfits, further embedding the style into popular culture. A lot of actresses and musicians were also photographed in this sort of style because it was wildly popular. I feel like one of the most popular examples of this are these pictures by Sharon Tate, which play into the Dolly look even more, with her having the giant stuffed bunny and posing with it. As the 1960s came to a close, the Dolly style evolved, but it never truly disappeared. Patty Boyd exchanged her frilly dresses and white tights for a more bohemian look, and many women did the same. It seemed like, after all, the Dolly Girls had grown up. With the bohemian lifestyle and rock and roll rising in popularity, the Dolly fashion's prominence began to wane, gradually blending into a broader youth culture. By the late 1960s, the distinctiveness of the Dolly style started to fade, giving way to more casual and eclectic fashion styles and choices amongst younger women and men. Iconic figures like Patty Boyd and Brigitte Bardot, who once epitomized the look, had moved on and started to embrace more casual and diverse styles. The original Dollys of the 1960s started to grow up and grow into a different style, and there wasn't really a new generation taking on the look. Despite its brief heyday, Dolly fashion left an undeniable and important mark on the culture and fashion landscape. It significantly influenced fashion, music, and the lifestyle of the mid-1960s, with its dreamy and feminine style still referenced in art and music and fashion until today. Modern designers, musicians, and artists still draw inspiration from the Dolly look of the 1960s, ensuring that the Dolly style isn't forgotten and keeps being a cherished part of fashion history. Dolly fashion remains a nostalgic reference point of the 1960s, capturing the era's playful innocence and dream of never growing up. So that's it for today's video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to know what you think about this video. I feel like up until now, all the episodes were like the very big fashion trends of the 60s, the mods, the hippies, but I feel like we're now gradually going on to the lesser known fashion trends. But there are more episodes to come on smaller styles, portraits of designers and muses, and I feel like we're also going to gradually start going on to the 70s with me introducing the style and then maybe bouncing back and forth between the 60s and 70s. All of that said, June is going to be a special month on my channel. I'm going to get married in June, so all the videos in June will be about the 1960s and 70s wedding culture and about my wedding, so get excited for that. I hope you have a wonderful day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine, take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye everybody!